God, I'm sunburnt. Hello, welcome to Geeks and Gaijins. I'm the Gaijin John.
I'm the Geek Tom.
And welcome to the podcast where we bring all of the Japans to you. I'm sure you were aware, Thomas, but there is more than one.
There's always the Japan in our hearts as well.
Ah.
The real Japan was the friends we made along the way.
And it's going to have to stay that way until the travel restrictions are lifted.
Yep.
This week, to make you want to come to Japan some more, I'm going to be doing some special reviews and repping my prefecture. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
He's gone native.
No, I just live here.
Tomato.
Keeping on top at the beginning, we'll be going through some interesting parts of Japanese culture, to say the least. And also the always prevalent snack break. Nothing says more about Japan than cheap food I bought for 100 yen from a convenience store.
I think I've learned more about Japan from these snack breaks than every other aspect of the podcast. I don't know what exactly that says about our formatting or information skills, but I like to think of it as a positive.
I don't know what that says about Japan, but there we are.
Maybe if we eat more food, we'll figure it out.
That's my idea, and I'm rolling with it until I can physically roll as a fat ball. And I just become the very Japanese game, Katamari Damacy. Just like blub, 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 blub. Okay, Thomas, shall you give us our first topic? Sorry, listeners, I might sound a bit depressed by this one, but Thomas, you go on.
So I was going to start with a small, light topic today, just, to keep you all interested and come up with something you might be more familiar with. And then what proceeded was that I accidentally instigated a hour-long internet search from John, who wants to know exactly what the heck I was talking about and why it was so very wrong. But basically, the news headline that came out this week is that a man has graduated from university with a master's degree in ninja studies. Ooh. I'm sure we're all very excited about this.
Yes, so ninja studies is a thing. No, they are not accepting foreign applications. Sit down.
It's an international university, though.
Yes, as is most private universities in Japan.
Fair enough.
But you also need to speak fluent Japanese, so...
I mean, it would help in, researching ninjas if you were able to read the Japanese documents that they have. The limited Japanese documents that they have, because there's not an awful lot of historical information about ninjas, but still.
Specifically, this is Mie University in Mie Prefecture in a city called Iga, which was an area that was controlled by several clans associated with the ninja. They started a research center devoted to ninja in 2017, and a graduate master's course opened in 2018, and a man has just graduated from it, and he's a weirdo.
This is John's takeaway.
To get onto this course, students must pass an admission test about Japanese history and be able to read historical ninja documents. Those are just historical documents. There is not a historic ninja documents. There's not a big stamp that says ninja or ninjutsu or shinobi on the top. Those are just historical documents. And then scientific researchers and scholars of different disciplines are supposed to study these documents and how they can be then either be utilized in the modern world or what we can learn from it. However, the 45-year-old Genichi Mitsuhashi, he is the first person to graduate from this course. For 2 years, he studied the historical records, and he is also a martial artist in his spare time. And because he takes role-playing way too far, he was by day a farmer and grew vegetables and then trained martial arts, none of which is actually related to the degree.
He just really wanted to get into the ninja mindset so he could really just understand the research that much better.
Yes, but all the articles are focusing on him being a weirdo dressing in black, chopping wood, and going wax on, wax off. Mitsuhashi was also learning kung fu and Japanese martial arts, and he also teaches ninja skills at his own dojo and runs a local inn, whilst he is now pursuing his PhD in ninja studies. Though
he's a very busy man.
He's a very busy man.
Retreating into nature, learning how to be a ninja was how I planned on spending my midlife crisis, so good for him.
Yeah, but also, for those who don't know how PhDs work, you can do a PhD in anything. You just need to have a professor who says they will supervise you and say your area of study is okay. So this is not somehow weird that he is now doing a PhD in this area.
There was nothing stopping anyone doing it before. Just no one decided to do it.
Yes. It's like, I was the first person to climb Mount Everest with using only a rabbit. No one was stopping you. That's just a really bad idea.
Even his professor is a little shocked about how much effort he's put into his ninja studies, is he not?
So this is his professor, Yuji Yamada, professor of Japanese history. We provide historical classes and courses on ninja skills, but I didn't expect him to engage to this extent. Like a real living ninja, Yamada said. Also note there are apparently on average 3 people applying or going to this course a year. The professor says he thinks there's a demand. However, he also says we get many inquiries from overseas, but I have one thing to say. This is a course to learn about the ninja, not to become one.
This poor professor, he's read some not absolute nonsense in order to put out that official statement. He's had to put the weeb wall up.
Well, the thing is, I also see the man is also, either for these photos, for the articles, he's wearing the traditional black outfit that we associate with a ninja, which I knew already and confirmed with some very quick Googling on Wikipedia, is only associated with ninja in art. Like, the black outfit that you specifically see is used a lot in artistic depictions of, for brevity's sake, we will call them ninja.
Go on.
But this is specifically taken from Japanese puppetry theatre, where the people doing the puppets, using the puppets, would dress themselves in black to convey that they are not to be seen, they are invisible. And so that's the same sense that people depicted ninjas dressed all in black. That's to show that they are invisible or very hard to see.
Because the puppet shows would have black backgrounds, so the people would blend in, pretty much like how people can wear green screen suits now if they're working on a film, or how like people helping out performances on stages can dress in black, so that when the lights are down, they don't show up as much.
Do you know what I want to do now? I want to create an entire modern comic where a man who is a spy, just a modern day spy, we reinvent James Bond, but we depict him only in green screen morph suit.
It's the classic, I'm wearing camo print so you can't see me joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what did ninjas actually wear historically then, John? We should clarify that.
They would wear clothes.
Yes, go on.
No, so everyone would go, oh, they'd wear a peasant uniform or monks. They just wear either disguises or normal clothes, whether they were peasantry or samurai. They would wear what would be expected of them. I can tell you this from me attempting to start my own spy organization, having a uniform for your undercover operatives tends to not work out so well.
Who in this rice field could possibly be the spy? Isn't the guy wearing all black?
Hey, Jim Tanaka, what are you doing over there?
Nothing.
Do you work here?
So, yeah, all those 90s cartoons that had ninjas dressed all in black and, like, throwing shurikens everywhere probably lied to you. I'm sorry to tell you this.
No, they did. They lied to you. Well, no. Well, yes, they did. They lied to you in other ways, really.
About as accurate as Naruto, really. Really,
yeah.
is what we're saying. The true historical ninja document.
Mitsuhashi, go live your good life, but go live your ninja life. Just don't let the mainstream news get a hold of it again.
Too late. It's on CNN. Everyone's seen it.
Or people at home, just study history. History is more interesting than these totally made up concepts and this fetishization that we have of Japan. Shinobi specifically only became popular like in Japanese like stuff in the 19th century. And so that just moved along onto Japanese culture. But for some reason, the West is so obsessed with them. And I literally don't know why.
It's kind of like the cowboy. They were only around for like 20 years, but they just became sort of iconic in their appearance and the historical period they were placed in. So it's weird that they've caught on, but here we are.
Speaking of things totally based on appearance and not reality, theme parks.
Hey! Oh, I bet you're happy to hear about theme parks, guys. I bet everyone's super jazzed about going to a theme park right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's
can't wait to stand in queues next to people who don't know personal space again.
Well, Tokyo Disney is reopened for all your picture-taking needs. We will do at some point a proper episode on Tokyo Disney. Mostly when I end up going there and giving in to just the death call inside of me. Thomas, don't be angry. I'm not doing it. I have neither enough money nor the death wish to go to Tokyo right now.
Thank goodness.
You will be glad to hear, though, that they have cancelled all like their special events, if that makes sense.
Oh, wonderful.
In Tokyo Disney, at least. USA Disney, this is not the Geek and Redneck podcast.
Oh, dear. Oh, we don't have any idea what's going on over there. God bless you. God bless you, you strange, strange country. Although I don't have much of a leg to stand on here. I live in the UK. Guess how we're doing.
Yeah. And so why are we talking about theme parks, Thomas, other than the terrifying nature of the fact that they are open?
So the strange thing is that Japan has some concept that, theme parks aren't great when in the middle of a pandemic. There's a slight opportunity for diseases to spread. Not enough to want keeping the theme parks closed any longer. That would, affect the bottom line. So instead, what we're going to do is put the pressure on the consumer, as is, par for the course. That's just how things work here. So the article I found...
Enough of your Marxist rhetoric. What's the actual point?
So the article I found has declared that certain theme parks have encouraged their participants not to scream on any of the rides in order to prevent spreading disease. Which has led to what exactly, John?
Do you know, Thomas, a real good way not to, die from gas inhalation? Not to breathe. Don't breathe. You'll do fine.
Just keep not breathing.
Yeah, that's I do it. I do it every day. I don't see what the problem is. I just don't breathe. It's a choice, guys.
I've been staunchly anti-breathing for quite some time now. So I mean,
I feel like you're a hypocrite here, Thomas, but I'm not sure where to place the finger on.
Yeah. So, instead of screaming, do what the rest of the Japanese people are doing when they're going to theme parks and, howling instead. Because that really counters the disease spreading. That's really what solves the problem there.
This is a concept that in lots of Japan that they will do. There's a problem. We recognize there is a problem. We will not address it. Well, no, we will address it, but in a way that is totally ineffectual.
Are you sure it's a Japan thing?
Oh, no, I have another example, which is not theme park related, but very fun. So we have obviously theme parks. No, don't scream. Don't scream. And obviously pulling upon some Japanese image of ourselves of, yes, Japanese people are apparently superhuman and do not scream. They do not make sounds. They are quiet. Please buy one. You can put it in a box.
Place in sunlight and water 3 times a day.
So, no, the Japanese people are people, kids. They are not the magic money makers of the Disney Corporation. However, this is something that also happened in my prefecture. Well, not to the fun extent. When everyone's saying when you need to work, you need to social distance?
Yeah.
How that is very difficult in, say, office spaces. especially Japanese office spaces that are very cramped. And therefore, people say we should increase working at home and do all these things that make it better for us. And so we don't have to do a lot of like physical presence when you don't need to.
Yeah, the bare minimum of what everyone was saying at the very beginning of this whole crisis.
So the my prefectural government went, we've taken that note. You can't social distance. I see. So, what if I gave you some cardboard instead?
No.
This is cardboard screens, everybody. Yep. My prefecture, Tottori Prefecture, officially set up a set of cardboard screens so people could try and like basically make their own tiny cubicles out of cardboard.
It's all the horror of cubicle offices, but even worse. Oh, no.
Yep. There were some even with like little doors, so you can open it up to look at the person you're talking to and hand documents through, which is just even more It's even more self-defeating than the original idea. Oh.
Japan, please. You were doing so well, and you seem to be doing well despite yourself.
Despite everything. And so, speaking of theme parks and trashy snacks, because I don't think there's much more to talk about, regardless of the fact Disney told people not to scream. Guess what people do? They scream. Cue photos of people screaming and some people trying not to scream. Oh, what a news story. By the way, the world is falling apart.
I'm 2 for 2 on stories that annoyed John this week. I'm doing very well.
Yeah, pretty much, which is why I'm taking over the rest of the show. Please don't leave.
This is where it starts getting good. Because we got snack break now.
Snack break. So my snack break today, you can of course find all these things on the Gaijin John Instagram. I tend to upload them a couple of days after the podcast. So to make sure you are keeping up to date.
Okay. Wait, did you... What is going on here? John, what is this?
So
Please explain.
This is Pequilla chocolate banana.
Yeah, I could see that. That's what it says on the packaging.
These are some wafer banana choco flavored sticks. I just thought for presentation sense there wasn't enough banana, so I stuck one in a banana.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever works for you. I hope that banana's doing well.
I ate it.
It is doing well then.
But no, Japan loves banana. There is also an obsession with Tokyo banana, which is a very popular like cake brand as a gift thing. So I found these just in my local shop and I was like, I like banana. I like chocolate. What should I do? And the first thing that I found when I opened these to take a picture of them is the smell.
A staple.
Yeah. So basically, it's a long, like, stick of wafer on two sides and chocolate in the middle. It's like a reverse Kit Kat.
Ah, nice, nice. Is the smell more chocolatey or more banana-y?
Banana-y.
So much banana.
The traditional banana smell of a banana plant that is 50 years extinct.
Wow.
Because that's the reason artificial banana tastes different to regular banana. So the artificial banana flavor that we think of now is maintained is actually the flavor of the banana we don't eat today.
That is interesting. I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like either of those smells. I'm not a fan of banana. Just going to put that out there. But whatever works for you, John. Have at it.
It basically smells like those foam banana sweets.
Okay.
Here we go. Anyway, itadakimasu.
Bon appetit.
So we have a good crunch, nice thick amount of chocolate.
Ooh, that's what we like to see. Ooh, that is what we like to see indeed.
But just the flavor thrown out of that artificial banana is That is...
You're being very diplomatic at the moment, John. Tell us how you really feel.
It's pungent.
Oh, no.
The thing is, like, it's not bad.
You just say that.
It's strong.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this will reveal strong opinions from people.
I would like to see how you feel half a pack into these, whether you can still keep up with it.
I don't know. But no, I'm... Oh, God, that smell. But no, so that is a poor showing. I think they do other flavors, but this one particularly... No, Japan.
Do they do orange? I'm all about that chocolate orange.
I don't know, and I also don't...
Oh...
I just picked these up randomly because I thought those are chocolate banana sticks. Turns out chocolate banana sticks, per killer, choco banana. Current flavors. You can just get normal chocolate, which sounds much better. Why I didn't get those, I don't know. Because I am a sucker for novelty. So no, the wafer is nice and it's crunchy. It seems they have... These are also by the Ball Bomb makers. So there seems to be one here that is like chocolate mint. This one's green, so it's chocolate matcha. So I think I've just gone right. I might try these again when it's not chocolate banana.
You've chosen literally the worst option of all of them.
Yes. But no, they are biscuit sticks because Japan loves biscuit sticks. Here's an official description. Elise per kilo wafer sticks filled with chocolate banana and sprinkled with crunch, crepe, and puffs. Crispy and crunchy texture. I believe that might be a direct translation.
Oh, well.
Don't know. Per kilo, choco banana. You won't choco go far.
Nice. Nailed it. Ah, you'll love to see it. All right, John, how are we rounding out this episode?
However, I did go far this week.
Ooh.
I thought I would rep my own prefecture, because at the moment, Japan is not, like, people aren't thinking of their next holidays, but I thought I'd get ahead of that.
Oh.
I'm kind of limited to my prefecture for the while, because guess what? Turns out being the least populated prefecture in all of Japan has its selling points. So we are here talking about Tottori Prefecture, Tottori, the smallest, in terms of population, prefecture in all of Japan. It has 3 major cities, Tottori, Kureyoshi, and Yonago, and I went to Kureyoshi this week, and I went to 2 museums, and I thought I would give you a review of both of them, because more people come to my prefecture. It's fun. It's a nice place, and it's not really on most people's lists of coming to Japan. I thought I'd rate these 2 museums on 5 different criteria.
Aye.
We have the exhibits.
Ooh, obviously.
We have the building itself.
As in, like, architecturally?
The layout and just, yeah. We have the English guides.
Oh, very important.
We have the swag.
The most important.
And the overall experience.
Very nice.
So these 2 museums, I will leave you in flux no longer. They are the Gasho Oyama Manga Factory and the Pear Museum.
Is that a museum just about pears?
How did you know?
Okay, well, I was expecting more to it, but there we go.
The Gosho Ayama Manga Factory is also better known sometimes as the Conan Museum, because this specific small, like, town it's on the edge of is the hometown of Gosho Ayama, which I don't think I'm saying right, the creator of Detective Conan. So this is an entire museum based on his life, his writing, and mostly Detective Conan. This is the place you might have heard of if you're a Super Japan fan, because the talk show host Conan O'Brien came to this town, which is also sometimes called Conan Town, to be mayor for a day.
Of course he did. why didn't I see that one coming?
And just turns out just all the Westerners went to go see Conan, as you do. But Conan visited Conan Town. I do recommend looking it up because it's a very fun set of videos. But there is this Conan Museum, which is basically one of the biggest things you can go to. And two, I then went to the Pear Museum. Pear, or Nashi, or specifically the 20th century pear, is the big fruit of my prefecture. It is so much so the fruit of my prefecture that the mascot is a bird that is a pear.
Okay. I believe you showed me that mascot before, and I don't understand it. It's an oddity in itself, but whatever works for you.
He's called Toripi because Tori means bird in Japanese. So he's a bird who's a pear.
Sure thing. Yes. Okay, Japan. We understand. Please carry on.
He's cute. Anyway.
Oh, that's a base requirement. I expect that of mascots at this point.
Yeah. So first of all, the exhibits. Both of these museums were great for me, but also if I can imagine if I was a 6-year-old child, this would have been the best day ever.
Ooh, that's always a good thing for a museum.
Yeah, so these are legitimately quite fun. Mostly the Conan Museum is a lot of it going through it is you come in, you get your ticket. It's only about 700 yen for an adult ticket, which is maybe $6-7, which isn't
That's not bad.
Then you go through and you have some like nice things about the history of the man himself, Gosho Aoyama, and just generally about his inspirations. They have a remake of like his desk and stuff that you can go and sit at. I didn't sit at it because in the current times it is no, but they have like his first sketches and things like that. And when he was like his first imaginings for Conan. He is still alive, by the way, and making Conan, but he is just so loved that he has his own museum. And then as you go further through it, because there's also these big statues and stuff of Conan as you go through Conan and all the characters from it, you get like really fun little exhibits that are all to do with either the inspiration of the tricks and the stories in Conan or like explaining detective work. So there are like little example things you can do. Flick a little model to show like where a mirror moves to change how you'd view a hallway. There's a bow tie you can talk into to change your voice into Conan's, because Conan, for those who are unfamiliar with the Conan manga, he has like lots of gadgets. He's helped by a scientist, so he has lots of like fun gadgets. So you just have all these kind of things and interactive stuff that you can do around the museum, as well as learning everything. And so it's just legit loads of fun. And there's also like some things that I am too big for. You could like stand on a skateboard and like do a 3D skateboard thing. And there was like quizzes for the little ones, and then just loads of sketches. And it was just generally a lovely, lovely experience.
Very nice.
I will give that a 4 on the exhibits. It was good. It was nice. I could have maybe done with a little bit more, but like the art is beautiful, but it felt like I needed either a bit more art or a bit more activity. And then I think I'll just do the Conan Museum all the way through first.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that the exhibit ends with like a little projected animation onto a weird bit of wall. So it does do a lot with the visuals. So you watch like a short animation that looks like a manga coming to life as you're like the end of the tour. And it's really, really fun. And throughout the museum as you go, there's fun visual tricks and things to do with like detective work. And so it's just like, it's fun. So, but as I said, 4 out of 5. I like the exhibits. I like the activities and stuff for kids. I just either needed a little bit more of an arty bit or a little bit more of an activity bit. But yeah, the building itself is like this huge It's like, it looks like a tiny castle. It's very strange. But the museum itself is on 2 levels, but it's also surprisingly cramped as well. Like, it was a nice thing, but it maybe took me an hour to properly go around everything. There are some, like, if you're a kid, it would take longer because they have like a smartphone app you can use to like scan things around and find all the characters and stuff. So, and also it's not the only thing in that location. The idea is you then walk down the road and you go into Conan Town itself. There's like a manhole cover and there's different spots that the writer uses in like the manga, and there are other little like statues and things around. So the museum is not the whole experience. It's part of usually a big one. So the building, I'll give it a 3 out of 5, mostly because I'm just rating the building, but it was nice. And you could also go in and out the shop as well. Like, you didn't have to go through the museum to get to the shop. If you just wanted to go straight to the shop, you could do that also, which is clever.
Yeah.
Then the English guides, Conan Museum, everything in English. Every exhibit was in English, Japanese, and Korean. So
very inclusive, very nice.
I didn't have to have my phone like scanning things, doing Google Translate. Everything had opportunities. There was even, I think, some basic Chinese things as well. Like, Conan is, of course, huge around the world, and they did like some nice bits of like, this is what Conan looks like in all the different languages. So they had the same manga panels shown in all the different languages and such.
Oh, that's really cool. How good was the English translation? Was it really easy for you to read?
It was really easy. It was good stuff. It was good and printed up there. It was like in the normal size with all the Japanese as well. So you totally understood everything. Like, it would be fine for an adult. It'd be fine for kids to understand as well.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it would be quite simple English, because obviously the museum is supposed to be for kids to be able to interact with as well.
Yes. So there is, but it's like, it's that decent level of it. Doesn't like speak down to kids, but it definitely English guys, 5 out of 5. Just great. Now the swag. The swag is where, out of 5, this I will level with you, Thomas.
Oh no, that would break my heart here, John.
I spent about 40 quid, 50 quid on Conan merchandise.
Oh no, John. Oh no.
The shop was so good. So, first of all, the ticket they give you is sparkly and currently hanging on my wall. The ticket is its own sparkly bit of art.
That's really good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Then also I also bought 2 like little mini plastic figures, which I think were both about £4 each. They're both about 400 yen each. So there's a nice variety of cheap and expensive stuff, but I was out and about for the day, so I'm going to spend money. I got a Conan wall hanging, which is nice. Maybe about £12 for like a nice piece of art to hang on my wall. I also got a mug, and it's a good mug, Conan mug. I have to get a mug, and that was about £14-15. But
mugs are essential merchandise. You can never have enough mugs.
Exactly. And then I also got a file. I got like a file holder. I'm a teacher, so I get to walk in and go, haha, I have a file with things.
It's where you put all your detective cases.
Exactly. So in terms of swag, it's 5 out of 5. It's almost a 6 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That there was a ringing endorsement in that. £50 worth.
I really kind of just want to go back to spend more money at the shop.
John! £6 entrance fee, John.
Well, no, you don't have to pay to go back into the shop.
Oh, fair.
You see,
that's smart.
Yeah. And so in terms of the experience, I probably give that a full 4 out of 5. You could add that up at home, what I say. I don't know. So the score is...
whatever you want it to be, children.
Yes.
But actually, it's 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. But now, the next one is the Pear Museum. Pear, also known as Nashi.
Oh boy, pears! My favourite!
This is the thing, Tom.
It's about pears, John!
I did.
What?
For exhibit, I'm going to give it 5 out of 5.
Oh my goodness. Oh, tell me more.
So I need to go slightly forward to talk about the building. Because the building, it's the first thing you experience. So I came in, was met by some very nice old ladies, doing like, also entrance fee. If you're a foreigner, adult fee 150 yen. That's literally £1.20.
They just want you in there. It's like, foreigners don't come here anyway, and they're definitely not here for a Pear museum. Let's get them in there with that cheap fee.
Well, that's half price. So if you're Japanese, it is 300 yen, which is still not bad.
That's really cheap.
Yeah. The museum itself is in a building shaped like a pear.
What? Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yes. And as you go in the center of the building that looks like a pear is a massive pear tree they have uprooted and suspended in the middle of the museum.
How did they... What? Oh my goodness, I need to look this up. John, tell me there's pictures, John.
Yes,
I need to see this with my eyes, John.
Search at home Nashi Museum. Nashi, Nashai.
That's not a very good picture of the outside. It doesn't look pear-shaped from here.
Well, this is the thing also. Pears in Japan are like round. They look more like apples. They are not a Western pear concept. So it looks like a Japanese pear.
That makes sense. English, please. Yep, those are children eating pears on the homepage. 20th century pear giant tree. Show me. Oh my goodness. Nice. That's a very strangely shaped tree, in my opinion. What do you think?
It's a Japanese pear tree.
I don't know what I expected. That's apparently a Japanese pear tree. It is the Japanese pear tree.
Yep, this one was 74 years old and was able to harvest 4,000 fruits a year.
Dang, that tree works hard.
It's 5 times as many pears as a usual tree.
Now I know why it's in a museum.
You then have a first section, the first exhibit, you have a little historical theatre where they show you like what life was like 100 years ago with like almost like a little built cabin where you can go in, and there's also a show of animatronics talking about pears.
My favorite.
You then, after that, you can go into the pear garden.
Yes.
Where they have multiple different kinds of pears growing. You then have an entire section on the science of pears and how they grew this pear, developed this specific pear, the 20th century pear, how they combated like some black spot, a specific disease this pear faced. You can then also like do make-believe pear farming. And then after the pear theatre, they have a section on pears around the world, including models of pears from China, France, Japan. Just all the pears.
All the pears.
Yep, and then also with an entire like diorama of how you grow them. And then also, this is just the bottom level, because there are 2 levels. There is also a kitchen where you get to eat as much pear as you want.
Oh my goodness, that is value for money. If only I liked pears.
This is the thing. I'm pretty sure I ate more pear than I spent going in. Oh, and also there is a pear art gallery as well.
Of course there is. Obviously, you're going to have a pear art gallery in the Pear Museum.
Then if you go up 1 level, you have the kids' corner, which is insane.
Ooh.
The kids' corner is literally also called the Mysterious Garden to play with pears. It is like a little adventure playground full of like massive plastic insects and massive pears to rush through like little caves and stuff.
That sounds amazing. Oh my god, I would have loved that. I would probably still enjoy that greatly, actually, now that I think about it.
I just kind of enjoyed it vicariously through looking at it. It's just like, that would be amazing. Then they also have a section, they have a kids' corner of people like getting like painted or like get drawn of yourself and your significant other at the Pear Museum.
Obviously.
They have a video information learning room, so which has specific like proper 100 years history of the people who genetically engineered and developed these pears. And then finally also an entire room just filled with like farming materials from the last 100 years, which though I'm a nerd, I absolutely love. Just including a set of boxes from throughout the 100 years of selling these pears of different pictures of them.
I see you doing you there, boxes. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work.
And yeah, it's a 5 out of 5 on the exhibits.
This sounds like they went all in on the Pear Museum concept, and I'm here for it. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Okay, and I already talked about the building. It's 5 out of 5 because it's shaped like a pear.
It's shaped like a pear, guys. Instant full marks.
Like, is the Conan Museum shaped like Conan? No.
Boo! Amateur hour.
With a pear tree inside it. The English guides, now this is where it's slightly down. They did give me an English flyer, so I knew what all the sections were in English. And through through the building Wi-Fi, there are QR codes everywhere, so you can scan them with your phone and use the building Wi-Fi to read all the information.
That's not bad.
No, unfortunately, all the audio guides are still only in Japanese. Like, when you play the audio, it's still in Japanese. But you do get to read about pears in English. So I give it maybe a 3.5 out of 5.
All right.
So it's still good, but it's not like... And the pictures are all very good, but I just couldn't get into it. The swag is where it's significantly let down.
Did you not spend £50 on pears, John?
No. So I did have pear ice cream, and of course the pears you get when going to the Pear Museum. So that is pear ice cream is also great.
I want to try pear ice cream now. That sounds
it's like pear Mr. Whippy soft serve. It is the best. However, the shop itself, like the museum souvenir shop, is a very Japanese souvenir shop. Is that it's specifically kind of marketed at people buying gifts to bring home to the office or bring home to the family. Here is a big sharing box of pear biscuits. Here is a big sharing box of pear jam. And it's just like, I wanted cuddly pears. I wanted a towel that says, I went to the Pear Museum. And sadly, there were none of these things.
There were no Christmas pear socks for you to bring home.
No.
Not even a pear-shaped mug?
Not that I could find.
That's real disappointing.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna give it a 2, maybe 2.5. 2.5 because there was free pear. So 2.5 in the Pear Museum. And so the overall experience, I have to give it a 4 out of 5 for the Pear Museum.
I mean, it sounds pretty good overall. I think that you got the core experience there. And for that price, value for money.
Seriously, there is no reason, if you are in Kurayoshi, not to go to the Pear Museum.
How long did it take you to go through the whole thing?
Maybe... Because I wasn't reading through every exhibit, and I didn't... You will get more out of this if you do know enough Japanese, because things like the movie theater and the animatronic robot show is obviously only in Japanese.
That does make up a big portion of it then.
Yeah, so I think it maybe took... Obviously, I couldn't go through all the kids stuff, but took me maybe hour and a half-ish, along with the eating pear ice cream. With kids, double it.
That's a day out.
Yeah, I could not think of something more fun. Because to be honest, your kids aren't going to be really reading the information about pears. They're going to be looking at the pictures and doing the silly stuff. Like, though apparently, Thomas, you have heard about, obviously, Ninja University.
I have heard about Ninja University. Is there also Pear University?
There is Pear Making University.
Obviously, yes. We've got to breed the next generation of pear eugenicists or whatever the heck they were doing over there. I wasn't really sure.
So if you do speak fluent Japanese, you can go to their website and apply to study at the Pear Making University.
I mean, someone's got to do it. Who else is going to grow the pears?
No, this is a translation into English. It does not matter if you have experience making pears. Please feel free to contact us if you are making pears but want to deepen your knowledge, or if you have just started pear making.
I like the idea of you have to construct a pear from basic components. Like, that's an interesting mental image, rather than just, letting a tree do it for you.
But yeah, it takes you through the life cycle of Japanese pears. I am so impressed. I was legitimately so impressed by the Pear Museum.
That's something I never thought I'd hear from anyone. But here we are. It's a good pear museum. They're all good museums, Brent.
But the Pear Museum is the best. Conan Museum, also pretty good. I might have accidentally somehow mixed up their scores, but who cares? It's my reviews.
4s out of 5s.
Yeah. Go to the Pear Museum. Go to the Conan Museum.
But the Pear Museum is still better.
Because it's pears.
Scores are arbitrary and don't matter. Pears.
Also, free parking on both of them. So good.
Ah. Did the right thing there, museums.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end the podcast.
Whatever that was. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for coming today.
Thank you if you managed to make it to the end of me reviewing manga and pear museums.
This wasn't what we signed up for. This wasn't what I signed up for initially, but you know what? I'm enjoying it. This was good. I like that.
So there we are. You, of course, can like us on Facebook, Twitter, and everything related to that kind of thing. All the socials. We also stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Mostly Danganronpa, Japanese murder mysteries, being silly. And yes, and we also have a YouTube channel in which Thomas might be uploading things, and also maybe some of our old streams and stuff as well, or highlights you might be able to find there.
Still figuring it out, but you can regularly get the podcast episodes there if you so want, and some other additional content whenever I feel like it.
Including Thomas's 3-part?
3 parts.
3-part series on the problem with women in shonen. Well, the problem with shonen anime and women.
They shouldn't have any women in shonen. It's clearly the worst idea they've ever done. Who came up with this?
I'm going to go and watch my card captor Sakura. Thank you, everyone. Because I'm a 10-year-old Japanese girl.
I mean, card captor Sakura, as far as I'm aware, is for everyone. So...
Yep, it really is. Bye, everyone. Take care and go to pear museums when you can.
Have a good week and stay safe and healthy if you can.
Bye.